This is IED activity 7.1, more dimensioning, problem number 2. The My PLTW website asks us to draw this drawing, so let's get started. We want to start with a new 2D sketch for a new part file. We want to put our origin down here in the lower left corner so that we have plenty of space to work. Looking at our drawing that they gave us, it's a pretty simple drawing to do. It's one extrusion, so it can go pretty quickly. The overall width of the object is 1 square plus 6 squares plus another 1 square. That's a total of 8 squares or 2 inches. The overall height is 3 squares plus these 2 squares here, so that's 5, which is 1.25 inches. And let's see, its whole overall depth is 5 squares, so that's 1.25 inches. So we can start by making a simple line drawing. It's best if we do this trying to keep our constraints in place. So start here at the origin. When the cursor is at the origin and it turns green, that means it's snapped in place. So we want to click and start there. I'm going to go across the bottom, trying to remain parallel or horizontal in this case. So we have our perpendicular constraints will kick in for 0.25 inches. I'll type that in and hit enter. I need to come up. The height of that opening is 1 square, which is 0.25. I'm at 90 degrees, so it'll be a perpendicular constraint will kick in. The lower portion of this notch across here is 6 squares, which is 1.5 inches, so I'll come over to the right 1.5. Again, staying at 90 degrees, so my perpendicular constraint will occur. I will come down. So it snaps to the line at 90 degrees, which is 0.25 inches. And again, come over to the right, 0.25, and make sure I'm perpendicular to that original line. So we're in place. Then we're going to come up this line right here, which is 3 squares or 0.75. Make sure again it's at 90 degrees, so we get our perpendicular constraint kick in. You can see it right there. We're going to come back on this line right here. It's 2 squares, which is 0.5 inches. Then we go up on this line right here. We go up 0.5 or 2 squares. This line across, we have a dimension back here. It's 4 squares or 1 inch. And basically we're coming down and just matching things up. So as you come down here, you'll notice that a line pops in when I get down even with the other line on the other side. Also says it's 90 degrees. So I can click there, come across. Now I don't have anything to base this upon, but I know back here this is 2 squares, which is 0.5 inches, making sure that I am perpendicular at 90 degrees. It actually comes back to the axis line, and then bring it down. I want to close out the loop. If you notice, every intersection on all the way around has a yellow dot, which means they are constrained at those points. They're coincident constraints. The green dot here closes the loop out, so it's a continuous loop. That's all I need for this sketch. I can hit Finish Sketch up here, click on my Home View button, and the only thing I have left to do is to extrude this object. And my extrusion, it doesn't matter which way I go, but remember we're going to extrude it back 5 squares, which is 1.25 inches. And I'll click my green checkbox and my home view, and that is all there is to make that simple drawing. So make sure you save that drawing. You'll be using it, that part file, because you'll be using it in a drawing file in a little bit.